41 on the line. So first of all, thank you everybody for joining. We'll give it a couple of minutes. It is it's something with Zoom and the schedules. They send you reminders and tell you your meeting will start in one day. And I had people on the call yesterday. I'm like, wait, not yet. One more day. One more day. But hey, everybody, how's everybody doing? So thank you all for coming. First of all, I want to thank Mainstreet, Organization of Realtors, and we have Ramona on the call with us. So Ramona, you want to
Yay.
say hi?
Hi, everybody. So good to be here and very excited to be finally going to Mexico for this
And
exciting program.
and I don't know if everybody's a member of Mainstreet, if everybody has to be a member of Mainstreet, if they're not. But Ramona, if you want to tell us a little bit about Mainstreet and what Mainstreet's goals and vision and mission is, so that for the realtors that we have on.
Yeah, absolutely. So, yeah, I shouldn't assume that everybody here is with Mainstreet, but
No, I'm not.
yeah, see, there's some that aren't. So my name is Ramona Ruskels. I am the Director of Specialty Divisions at Mainstreet Organization of Realtors, which is the largest local trade organization for realtors in the state of Illinois, with approximately 19,000 members. We cover mostly the suburban Chicagoland, as far north as Wisconsin, all the way east to Indiana. And our membership kind of trickles out around like Route 59, for those of you who are familiar. But we have members that are beyond those borders as well, and including in the city of Chicago too. But we provide what our organization does is we like to empower our members, empower them to be good at what they do and provide exceptional services to the clients that they serve. So we're here to support you guys in advocacy, in specialty practices such as global, and many other things. So I've been with or working in the real estate association industry for 19 years. And I just became the director of specialty divisions back in January. So global is still a little bit newer of a adventure for me, but I'm loving it. And I'm super excited about this opportunity that we're going to be providing you guys to get a certification in Mexico so that you can actually sell in Mexico. Or if you're not going to practice, you're going to be better equipped to help your clients and advise them. So
Thank you, Ramona, and that is correct. I'll turn it over just a real quick over to Violeta from EXP. Introduce herself, and then I know she sits on the board of Mainstreet.
Global Committee. Global Committee with Mainstreet.
Global
Hi,
Committee.
everyone. Thank you, Rogelio. Welcome, everyone. I'm Violeta Saucedo. We've been working on this for a long time with Mainstreet, and so happy to be here already. We want to bring this knowledge to our agents. We don't have to be just local agents. We can expand to our neighboring countries, and we want to bring this opportunity, like Ramona said. It's not, you don't have to have a license, but this is knowledge for you agents. It doesn't matter what country we're in. People come to us, right, to ask for advice. So us having that knowledge.
Pero eso no te va a ayudar ahorita. No te va a ayudar para.
Well, there you go. Thank you, guys. So having this knowledge is really going to empower us and help us to grow our business. So happy to be partnering up with Mainstreet and Rogelio out in Mexico to bring this to you guys. So I hope you find it of value and hope to see you in Playa del Carmen.
Okay. Well, thank you very much, Ramona and Violeta. I'll introduce myself. My name is Rogelio Lopez. For some of you, I think I've known quite a bit of you. So some people I've known for a bit. I was in Chicago for 46 years. I was in the banking industry for over 25. Last year, we moved to Monterrey, Nuevo León, but we're working in Mexico and working with partners down there. And also it's to educate, resources, bringing resources and looking at the global, breaking down barriers and making it easy for people to do business and understand. Sometimes what I found, one of the things that I do is I ask questions. What are the barriers to business, to buying a house? What stops you from buying a house? What stops you from selling? What's going on? And a lot of it is uncertainty. So we thought, hey, how about if we invite some of the realtors in the US, in Canada, that are talking to people that want to buy that second home, that want to buy their retirement home or their vacation home and looking, or their investment property in Mexico and later on in other countries. I mean, we'll be able to go global on that side, but right now we decided to go with Mexico, and we're starting out with the areas that are hot, which is, we're talking about coastal areas. So Playa del Carmen, Tulum, Cancun. We're looking to later on do one in Mazatlan and go to Cabos. So we are looking to make and then we'll go inland. We'll go to the areas that have also been hot: San Miguel de Allende, Querétaro. There's Chiapas, Oaxaca. There's opportunities that we may not know, but there are regulations. There's things that are different than the US, right? Where you get your license, or Canada, you get your license, and there's certain processes that you have. Well, they're just a little different in Mexico. So we want to make sure that you're aware of it, so that you are dealing with your clients as needed. We are doing a certification. It's a real estate certification program. CRARC Strategies. I said my name is Rogelio Lopez. CRARC Strategies is my business. CRARC, just so you know, it's a Greek word. People have problems pronouncing it. They think Siraj, Kiraj, how do you pronounce it? It's Sirark, and it's a combination of two words in Greek, and one is from the origin of Syros, nothing, arc, beginning from nothing. So how do we provide resources to businesses and to individuals to really prosper and thrive? That's the logo behind it, Thriving Business. You'll see this video on YouTube, on our YouTube channel. It's going there live, just in case. We thought, just in case we were over the 100 mark and they couldn't sign in, we have it live going on YouTube. But then you'll be able to share that with your colleagues and others, so that they can sign up. We'll have little deadlines on it. We are doing this certification class, and it's being in Mexico. Conocer is the certification agency, the government side of it, that certifies and provides the okay that you've done your hours of education and you've done the test and you understand it. Then you'll get your certificate from Conocer. Later on, if you want to get licensed in Mexico, if you have to get licensed, or if you like to get licensed, that one is a written test. It's a written exam. It's in Spanish. We can work through it and get that done. This first part, it will be a certification program. You will get a certificate from Conocer, so you'll have the knowledge, plenty of knowledge, to be able to sell real estate in Mexico. Mexico is going towards the licensing requirement for every state. It's a work in progress, but we want you to be at the forefront of it. And since we'll be doing these events more regularly as well, you'll be able to understand a little bit more about it. Again, it's a combination here with Mainstreet, CRARC, that we're doing this program. And it's we're going to tell you the info about it. So you're going to have questions. Glad to feel free to ask. Just unmute your phone when you have questions. I'm not a very people know that I wasn't able to do a very big presentation. I'm not a big creative mind, so the drawings or the pictures might not be as fancy as they may be, but they are getting fancier to it. So let's take a look at. I'll tell you a little bit about it. Oops. See, come on. My computer froze. Nice. Oh, 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 oh. Come on. It went too fast. Let's start over again. Let's see. And if anybody knows when Zoom takes up too much space nowadays, it's really taking up a lot of broadband, so it's making it slow here for me. Let's see if we can go back 2 slides. Come on, just one. All right, here we go. We're gonna start. So what is it? In connection with Main Street Organization, the Main Street Organization of Realtors and Syriac Strategies, and Sevi and Estar, which is one of our affiliates, will be taking certification in Mexico to the next level. The why, the demand for real estate, and you can see there's plenty of real estate. There's still an opportunity to grow in Mexico, continues to grow, especially in the coastal areas. So when are we doing this event? This event is going to go October 22nd through October 26th. And when I say through October 26th, it'll be through the day. So we are doing we'll be doing the return, leaving that place on October 27th.
But we'll try to refab it if we can't.
So where are we looking to do the event? We're going to be doing it at in Playa del Carmen, at the Windham Ultra. That's where the event will be, the meetings will be. It'll be 2 days of theory. What does that mean? That'll be 2 days of education and seminars. We'll have speakers. We'll bring a notario, which is a notary. That's the legal counsel in Mexico. Some of you might have sold properties in Mexico, might have bought properties in Mexico, might be familiar that in Mexico, there's no title insurance or title companies like it is in the United States. In Mexico, there has to be somebody that certifies all the documentation. It has to be a notary. They are attorneys, and attorneys can prepare documentation, but it doesn't get certified or finalized until a notary signs off on it. And then we're going to be doing 1 day of real estate tours, and that means real estate developments in 3 areas. One is Playa del Carmen, Puerto Morelos, and the other one is going to be Tulum. So you'll be able to go check out the different properties, because how many of you have sold property without looking at the property? Is it easy to sell without looking at the property? So what we want you to do is get an idea of what the properties look like that you're selling. What is it that will attract buyers? And that way you're able to connect with qualified developers that have a good history. They have the understanding. They know what the market is looking like, and you're able to work with them. Okay, and let's go. Like I said, the developments, the areas that will be the visiting will be Puerto Morelos, Tulum, and Playa del Carmen. What does the cost? The overall cost will include 2 webinars. So we're having 2 webinars, one on August 15th. So a little head start, getting you familiarized with the regulations and the items of real estate in Mexico. We want to start getting that in your mind so that when you go in October, you'll have questions, and there'll be more, I won't say educated questions, but it'll be more in-depth questions so that of what is going on. It'll make the learning a little bit better. And then we're going to have another one on September 26th. So 2 classes, 2 webinars ahead of time. There'll be 90 minutes each to discuss a little bit on the regulations and what goes on in Mexico real estate, and to be ready for it. And then it'll culminate, it'll finalize with the in-person event in October. Now, don't get scared. The cost right now is set at $1,000 for the classes, but there is an early bird price of $900 if you pay it off by August 15th, and you can save your spot with $400. Now, what will it include? Of course, it'll include the class, the reception. There'll be networking events where you will get to meet on the day that you get there. You'll be meeting with realtors in that area, with organizations, developers. So you'll be able to really extend your network. October 23rd and 24th will include all day classes with lunches included, and then dinners and reception. October 26th or 25th, which is a Friday, there'll be a tour that's included, so you'll get to enjoy the beauty of Quintana Roo. You'll get to go to Chichen Itza, Valladolid, and the cenotes, so you can relax and refresh and get ready for the work that you'll be doing on Saturday, going to the different real estate areas. What does it not include? It does not include your flight or hotel stay. However, the flight, there's a couple of options. The first option is that you book your hotel at Wyndham, you book your flight, you book your hotel to stay at Wyndham. We've looked at it. It's a very inexpensive price, flight and hotel. Even you can even add days to it. You can leave on the Sunday before, so you can enjoy a little mini vacation before you get to the training, and then get back, like I said, on Sunday the 27th. So I've looked at the pricing from Chicago, since this is the area that I myself will probably be flying and getting there. And I've looked at it going into Wyndham 7 days. It's like $780 per person, and that includes flight and stay, all inclusive hotel, adults only, which is Wyndham. And I, not that I picked Wyndham as free because it's adults only, and I'm not big very keen on kids running around, but it just so happened that that's the one that had the events salon or hall available to us. Again, if you don't make the reservations by yourself, we will have 2 travel agents that will be able to take and make reservations for you for the 5 nights, 6 days. The pricing is around $1,100 for the hotel. But then again, they'll be able to help you with the flight as well. So they'll be able to work with you and be able to connect with you and give you the best price possible. To connect with us and let us know if you're interested, so we can get booked on. That's my cell phone number. QR code has it leads you to my business card. Ramona and Violeta as well. They'll put their information on the system. I'll have it on YouTube. So everybody that registered, you'll get an email, a follow-up email for the event. It'll have you the link to the YouTube channel so you can view it again and then ask questions. We are looking for people to connect and commit by August 15 before we have our first event, which will be on the webinar based on August 15th. So I know that we set it up for an hour call right now, but this is an info session, Q&A, questions. We're able here to answer any questions you may have at this point. And you can open up your mics if you wish.
Hi, this is Marsha Collins Morose. I'm interested. Just need to double check the dates, and unfortunately, it was breaking up on me quite a bit. I heard about there's in August. I know there's 2 dates in August, I think, but the actual event is taking place on what days, please?
October
in Mexico?
October 22nd. That's it starts out with a reception on October 22nd in the afternoon at 6 p.m.
Okay.
And it is through October 26th, through that Saturday. So if you're planning to be there and leaving after, so get there by October 22nd and depart on October 27th.
Okay. And the fact that you have a block for the rooms, I'm assuming that's why you've got a preferred rate. So do we go through the travel agent if we only need help with the hotel then?
Yes.
Okay, I think I'm good. I'm excited. Thank you.
We're looking forward to it. It'll be like I said, it's an opportunity to get to know the market, but the other thing is you get to expand your networks as you're working with clients. Not only that, vice versa. People don't just buy in Mexico. Mexicans buy in the U.S. So there's opportunities both ways, and the opportunity to really go global and grow the network. We're going to have developers there. I know that we're going to visit 3 developments, but we are looking to have multiple developers there at the event and the networking session. They'll also be able to, if you get there, if you got any free time, and they'll try to ask you to go out and check out their locations as well, so you can see what's out there.
Rogelio, I have a question. This is Rosa Bueno.
Hey, Rosa.
So the travel agents, it's for the hotel. I mean, if we get our own airfare, or do they have the expectation that we're all going to do the airfare with them as well?
No, you can get your own airfare. They have the hotel. They have the reservations, the black for the hotel. But if you're able, knowing that, if you and you can look at it, you find a price when you do your search. I mean, I've done my search on Travelocity, and I do it through. I look for the hotel specifically and the airline, and if I come up with a good price, I mean, that's the way I would book it as well.
Okay, but you're gonna provide those agencies, because I don't see them on the chats here. Are they
Yes, yeah, we'll be sending a follow-up email with the contact information, the link to this video, just in case you have any questions, and then you can share it as well. And then we'll have the list of the travel agencies.
Good question in the chat from Jason. Do you need to learn Spanish in order to get the certificate or take the test?
You don't. How about that? That's why I said if you're gonna take the test, the follow-up test, the full licensing, that one you would need to know Spanish, because that test is in Spanish. But for the certificate class will be done bilingual, so be in English and translated in Spanish and translated in English as well. So we'll have it in both languages, and the test will be an interview type test for the certificate. So no need to learn. But if anybody wants to learn, and I think I told Violeta and Ramon, I gotta get you the list. If anybody's interested in learning, we have the online teaching course, and we have teachers that if you want to take classes in Spanish, they're available. I'll send you the link for that as well.
I have a question.
Yes.
Okay, so you said also that there is going to be another class on September 26th. Is that going to be online?
Yeah, the two classes beforehand are webinars. So this includes the two webinars ahead of time. It'll be August 15th is the first one. September 26th will be the second one. Those will be online.
And my next question. So let's say people goes there, get all these trainings and get the certificate. Is that going to be valid for Mexico to sell in any states?
Yes, the certification is coming from Conocer, which is it's government issued. Correct.
It should.
Thank you.
Maybe is it a pull-out?
Rogelio, Sina had a similar question. What is the difference between a certification and licensing?
Okay. The licensing piece is, just so you know, not all the states in Mexico require real estate licensing. There's only 3 states that it's mandated that that as a realtor you get licensed. So as they say, it's a gunslinging West. It's the wild West in real estate sometimes, where anybody can become a realtor in Mexico as long as they have their RFC, which is their tax ID number. They have their INE, which is their valid ID in Mexico. They can become a realtor. What we're going through, Mexico is going through a more, they want to eliminate all those that are not in the real estate industry selling real estate. You shouldn't have somebody that is an Uber driver by day and night, and in between they found that one of their passengers was going to buy real estate and they decide to be a realtor all of a sudden, because they don't have the experience. So Mexico is going more towards the certificate side of it. They're starting out, if you become a member in Mexico of any big real estate organization, just like Mainstreet is in the US, if you become a member of AMI or AMPI, the education classes, they require you to do the education classes, get the certificate. So, and they are offered by Conocer.
And Lindsay also had a question. Are there any additional costs in order to become fully licensed?
To be fully licensed, for the test, there will be if you're going to go fully licensed, there's additional costs because you got to take a particular test for it. So there is a class for that, and then but we can get those to you as well. And I see that you're reading the questions in the chat, so I'm not reading them. Okay, you ask them and I'll.
I got you.
All right.
Which are the 3 states Sina's asking that need licensing in Mexico? I know Querétaro is one of them. What are the other 2?
Baja California, which is where you have the most foreign realtors or foreign investors. So it's Baja California Sur, Querétaro, and Quintana Roo is it's on the verge. So I consider Quintana Roo to be the one, but it's on the verge.
I have
Sorry,
another question.
just a question. Those are the 3 states that do not require
They do
licensing?
require. They
They
do
do
require. Yes.
Okay.
So
perfect.
in
I have-
those, so in those states, conocer certificate would not be enough. You would actually have to be licensed. Is that correct?
You would have correct.
Thank you.
I have a question for Ramona. Ramona, so the question is, for this new certification, is there a fee to be held on the Mainstreet Association, like a yearly fee or something? Or there is going to be a designation attached to our name, or how does work for us, the realtors on Mainstreet?
I don't know, but I can check to see if that's a possibility. To see if there's a way that could be included. Typically anything that is not an NAR endorsed, license, or not license, but NAR endorsed designation, which there are many out there that are not. So this is not a program that's owned by the National Association of Realtors. But those are typically the only ones that our MLS just automatically displays. You most certainly can add additional certifications on your digital business card on the MLS. But as far as it just kind of being like an automatic feed to show up everywhere, that I have to check on.
There's another question by Silvia and Arturo. How does compensation work for certified realtors? You're gonna have to come out to Playa to learn that. Do you want to answer that?
Yeah, well, I mean, one of the things that you have on the compensation side, it still is an agreement with the realtors that you have in Mexico, and making sure that you understand the contracts. So you're able to, and in this case, if you write the contract, you're able to work with them, have a little bit more control than supposed to just a referral side of it.
It is negotiable, like we have it here. Everything is negotiable.
Yeah, and there was a question in the chat about like the typical commission percentage. We're not really able to discuss that in this kind of a general forum because of antitrust. So I just wanted to put that out there.
Yep.
We can say 2 cents in a chicken.
That's a good one, Ramon.
Hey, that's Lynn Madison, one of our instructors, that says it all the time.
Rogelio, this is Rosa. I have another question for you. What developments are we going to visit?
There's we're finalizing the 3 developments. There's going to be one in Tulum, one in Puerto Morelos, and one in Playa del Carmen.
Any of these Ciudad Madera?
Casa Madera, you mean?
Yeah, yes.
Not yet. No, I haven't reached out to Casa Madera. I have other developments going on.
Rogelio, I have a question.
Is it a pro Casa Madera or a con Casa Madera?
Well, they're building actual subdivisions out there, and
Yeah, they are.
So they've reached out to me. That's why I'm asking.
Yeah, Casa Madera is one of the biggest developers out there. So they have developments in Mérida, they have developments in Baja, in Querétaro, and everywhere. They're huge.
You have all these developers out there, and they're dying to do business with anyone in the States. Who's dying is obviously, people from the States and other countries. Yeah.
But one of the things that we will look at the developers is their background, their history, that they have the experience and delivery, as opposed to, there are some developers that will start developing, but then they'll have issues with delivery. So we don't want to be, I'm sure you don't want to deal with developers that will come back to you and have issues on delivery because they opened up too many areas of development and they didn't focus. So we do work through those.
There's so many things that could happen out there, and that's the importance of having at least some basic knowledge for you to guide your clients from here. So there is another question by Alex. Can certificate be obtained remotely, or is trip to Mexico required?
Because we're the hours that are going to be there, we're not doing the online certificate at this time. We will be doing continuing education later on, but right now we're not doing the certificate online. So we're doing it, and because of the hours dedicated to it, they are required to go in person.
What
And
time
what-
are you expecting?
That answers your question. Yes, Marcia.
What time were you expecting this to end on the 26th? I'm thinking for travel arrangements back. Should you plan to
Well,
leave on the 27th?
We're asking that you plan on leaving on the 27th, just because
Okay.
we'll be going to the developments, and they're not like 10 minutes away from each other, that we're going to be doing 1 hour then 10 minutes. So it may take we'll get you back for dinner time, and I don't think you want to go flying.
Okay, and the two courses that you're doing, one in what was it, in August and one in
In
September,
August.
are they going to be the same time frame like what we're doing today? Is it going to start at 1? Is it going to end at 3? I'm trying to block the time off for it. Well,
Yeah, they will start out at 1 o'clock, and it'll be 90 minutes, so 2:30.
Okay, good.
Central
And I
time.
think if
Central
you
time.
could share with me, if we could, thank you, if we could understand what the hotel cost is separate from any of the other costs. Do you know what that is yet?
The hotel, yes,
Yeah.
quote that we have in the hotels right now is $1,050 at the current exchange rate.
Okay, that's for the hotel. And is that checking out on the 27th then?
27th, correct.
Arriving on the
5
22nd.
nights.
Okay, good.
5 nights, 6 days. So you arrive on the 22nd, and you depart on the 27th.
Okay, and my apologies if you already spoke to these issues. I was having a hard time with the quality of the call there for a bit. But if I can, one other question. You were talking about ongoing continuing ed to hold this certification. So how often and how much of continuing ed?
The continuing ed, the license is good for 1 year. The certificate is good for 1 year.
Yep.
So after the 1 year, we'll be doing it's 3 hours, and it'll be those will be online.
Okay.
But you can also go back when we go to Mazatlan, and that'll include that as well.
So because these are different states that you're starting with first, these 3 states, I'm assuming that as you expand that, there'll be additional costs for additional certifications. For the
online classes, there'll be a cost for those once they get done. Yes.
So
but
the
right
certification will go ahead.
Yeah, right now what we're doing, the certification that we're doing is trying to do 2 things. One is having the class, get the certification done, but then also getting you out there so you can take a look at the different areas where the market is really thriving.
Right.
So the next time that we'll do will be in a different state, different city and state, so you can take a look at that market, but take advantage of the class as well.
And are there any fees that to go ahead and process the certification after completion of course
No,
that are charged by the Mexican government?
No, the certificate is included in the cost already.
Great. Okay, thank you.
Can you state again the 3 states that you need to be licensed for, please?
Yes, and I was looking, just double checking, but yeah, it's Querétaro, Baja California Sur. Sonora is listed as one as well, that started a while ago. And Quintana Roo is on the verge.
Okay.
And not Mexico City, but the Distrito, or the Ciudad de Mexico, which now, they used to be for the longest time was Distrito Federal. So they are moving more towards the licensing side.
Anita had that question also about Quintana Roo and what's the time frame? I don't think we really know.
No, the MP and all the organizations are trying to move that area, especially the areas that they want to focus on more is where there's more foreign investment. That's where it really is focused, especially because there's they want to make sure that the people that are selling real estate are educated and are really trustworthy, make sure that they're doing what they're supposed to be doing, not just any fly-by-night realtor or anything like that. So it's starting that way. MP is a big force behind that. AMI, which is the Quintana Roo organization, they're working on that as well. It's also in Mexico, but that's the area that they're focusing on.
And Remedios had a question. Will you provide any marketing material? You are sharing the presentation by email, correct?
Correct.
Marta,
Yes, everybody that
Can I
jumped
interrupt?
on got registered. Yes.
First of all, I just want to say thank you very much for this opportunity. I've been in real estate for many, many years, and this has always been one of my dreams and my goals. And once I saw this email come out, I got so excited that finally we're being offered this opportunity. So I just wanted to say thank you. I'm so excited about this. And how soon are we able to register?
You'll be able to register. I'll be sending with the email will be a link to registration. If, like I said, early payment in August 15th, or a deposit, it'll get you the save you your spot.
Perfect. Thank you.
And Sugi Ortiz, you will share the information of the hotel with the email, correct, Rogelio?
Yeah.
So everything will be in the email.
And everybody registered, so they put in all their information to register.
So I know Lily had a question about if we're not able to make it this time around, when will the next course be? So we haven't decided. We don't have an exact date, but I'm pretty sure it'll be soon.
Yeah, we're like I said, we want to make sure that we're visiting and doing more. So once we have the first group that goes through this, you'll be able to share with others, and we'll tell the experience, and we hopefully be able to do it more and more successful. So we'll look to do it at least every 6 months that we can schedule something.
Hi, Rogelio. I have a question. My name is Yuli Guerrero.
Hi, Yuli.
And I will actually already be in Playa del Carmen that week for a wedding. So,
How about that?
Wow.
but I know that's why I was
Timing.
really excited. Yeah. But the only thing is that my question is, what if I miss one of the days for the theory?
Depending on which one of the days, because if it's part of the if it's the 23rd or the 24th, which are the days of the class, you'll be able to participate, but you might not be able to get the certificate.
Okay.
That's a requirement.
So the class, what do you say? Do you know like the time frame? Like how late does it
Yeah,
go?
it's Wednesday and Thursday which is October 23rd and October 24th.
Yeah, do you know the time frame?
They're going to be from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m.
Okay, thank you.
So you'll all be going to breakfast, meeting us there, starting, and then we'll let you out for dinner. We'll have dinner as a group, and one of the nights we'll have dinner as a group and a networking session as well.
Awesome, thank you.
Rebecca has a question. Is the certification only to help clients outside of Mexico purchase, or also clients that already live in Mexico?
If once you're certified, you can also help with clients in Mexico.
Anyone else have any questions? I'm trying to catch the chat.
I'll save the chat, and I will try to get answers and respond to put them in writing so you have them in case you missed it. So
yeah, this is recorded, and the information for the hotel cost and all of that will be in the email that Rogelio is going to provide to everyone. So any other questions? We're excited to have you guys.
Can we bring our hubby? I love that. Somebody
you can yeah, you'll have when you I mean, depends if you're getting the flight there on your own. If you do the travel on your own and you get that, I'm sure you'll get the room for both of you. But if you go directly with the agent, the agency does have pricing per person, single occupancy and double occupancy. Yeah, so I get it. I understand. My wife goes with me, so she'll be there.
Oh, if you
We-
have family in Cancun, can you stay with them and join the course? I think the answer to that is yes. It's just that you won't be able to participate in the any of the things that the resort provides, right? Is that the,
Correct.
I think so. So you would just pay for the licensing course or the certification course, but like, you know, lunch would be on your own and different things, right?
Yeah, unless we're able to, I would have to try to figure out with the resorts if we can come up to an agreement on, depending on how many people are going to be going there that are not going to be staying at the resort. We'll talk to them and figure something out.
Okay.
So Vilma is asking if we have a rough estimate for certifications. No, nothing is really set in stone. It's just something that Mexico has been working on, you know, trying to really regulate all the, you know, because it's really not, nothing's regulated out there. So they're trying to just regulate the industry, but it's slowly coming.
Yeah, I'll just mention this. You know, I worked, like I mentioned to you earlier, I was in banking for 25 years. I've been a lender in the US for a long time. Lending is just becoming a regulated industry in Mexico. Prior to this year, anybody could be a lender. They didn't have to do much; they just had to follow the procedures and follow the process and the training that their mortgage broker did. Effective this year, they must become registered with AMEX, which is the Asociación Hipotecarios Mexicanos. They have to be registered. So they have, just like NMLS, they have to take the test in the US. That's an equivalent in Mexico for lenders, for mortgage loan officers. So real estate it's starting, it's moving in that direction, where in the US, realtors was the first one and lenders was later. In Mexico, they did it backwards. Lenders first, and now they're going after realtors, also making sure that they go through the same education levels.
Rogelio, I have a question for you. So
Yes.
are you actively selling real estate right now in Mexico?
Am I actively selling? No, I'm actively lending. I lend in Mexico and I lend in the US. So
Okay. Lending what you're doing. Okay.
I do have my license in Mexico as a real I am an EXP agent in Mexico. I do work with realtors. We and my partners are the trainers that they provided, and they have the background 20 plus years in the real estate industry and in the education industry. But I'm a lender by nature. I'm a lender. That's been my thing. So
okay,
I am I'm a certified lender in Mexico and in the US. So
anyone else? Ask away. This is your time. This is a great opportunity to really, I always say, get out of your zip code, right? And not leave money on the table. We're so used to like having, you know, just our business in our area. This is the way for you to really expand your knowledge, for you to send clients there. Since I opened this up for me, I've sent so many clients out there, listings, people, and you know, my age, my parents' age, you know, they left their home back, you know, back in Mexico, and now they want to sell it. That's an opportunity for us. It doesn't only mean we're going to go sell developments in Yucatan. It means everywhere. People are looking to sell their home. I just found a client the other day. He's like, I don't know how to sell my home in Mexico. I don't want it anymore, but I can't go back there. So how do I do this? I have this in order. There's ways for us to do it. So there's a ton of business. It's just kind of opening up that door. And I think that having the knowledge and having, you know, doing the certification to gain some knowledge, talk to experts that do business out there will help you to really feel more confident to do that here, to open the floodgates here. Anyone else? Chat has been taken care of.
all right.
Unless anyone else has any other questions.
Question for Violeta.
Yeah, Marta.
With your experience of now, you know, handling and dealing with clients out there or from here, having stuff out there, do you see yourself having to travel out there a lot, or you're just doing it from out here?
No, I'm doing it from out here. I actually, I send it to a trusted partner out there.
Okay.
And, you know, we do an agreement and that's it. I work on referrals. I
Perfect.
would love to maybe one day, I just don't know where, but you know, I'm glad I have the opportunity. But I have the opportunity to at least send referrals and have that conversation, feel confident to have that conversation with the clients here.
Okay, nice.
And speaking
know.
of which, if you're a Main Street member, you have access. We have a couple global forms on our website that you can use for when you're doing these referrals. The International Cooperating Compensation Agreement and the International Exclusive Marketing Agreement. So I posted a link to the contracts and forms page of the
Thank you.
website. So take a look.
That's awesome, Ramona. Thank you.
Yeah, I got a
And,
question.
yes. Jason.
Yes, so are you able to buy real estate yourself in Mexico and still get compensated?
Am I able to buy?
As an agent, I don't see why not. It's the same thing. It's
What- what-
negotiable. You're an agent.
What do you?
If,
Well,
and being an agent, go
Yeah.
buy a house in Mexico.
mhm.
It's all negotiable how it is here, from what I understand.
Yeah, I mean, it'll be in essence, you're bringing down the price instead of paying the commission to yourself. It's going to go towards the price, so it's the same. That you can negotiate that part. That's what you mean, Jason?
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
All right, because do they have buyers representatives in Mexico?
Do they
They
what?
do? Okay. They
They
do
have an
buyers.
MLS?
They're
As we have it here?
they have a similar to an MLS system. There is various systems out there, but there is one that they have a couple of them that are pretty big. They are trying to see who later on they'll probably do a little consolidation, but they do have similar to MLS that you're able to look up properties that are for sale, listing, and you can list properties. And typically with every organization, I mean, there's the Keller Williams out there, the EXP, that when you list a property, they list them to other platforms that should be listed, so it can be visible.
And that's part of like the not regulated part where, you know, people are, they have an MLS where everyone can go in, but not everybody does share. So, you know, slowly but surely, hopefully everyone comes together and you can actually see everything in one system. That's still not really available. Yeah.
I have a question.
Yes.
So let's say I have a client here that wants to invest in, let's say Cancun. How would it work from the lender standpoint, for a pre-approval?
There's there's a couple of programs out there, so we do get the pre-approval done ahead of time, depending if they're going to be buying it as an investment or looking to move down there. So there are some different programs. I mean, we work with Banorte, Scotiabank, depending on the program that we might be able to offer. Or the lenders have out there, but they'll similar to the pre-approval here. They'll get approved and credit, and subject to everything else. The clear title, appraisal, everything. There was a question about the websites. I'll put the names of in the email that I'll respond to all these questions at a separate email to you all, and I'll put in some of the links and the names of the websites where the real estate inventory is available. Besides, similar to Redfin and Zillow, there's about 5 or 6 out there that are pretty big, and I'll send them to you so you can take a look at them.
I have a question for Ramona.
Yes.
So let's say we got the certificate. Can we list properties in our MLS here, for properties in Mexico?
Oh, that's a good question. And I don't know. I don't believe that's the case. We used to have a platform where you could do that with an agreement. But you know, I don't believe we have any way that you can do that right now, but I'm gonna double check to make sure because I'm new, like I said.
Yeah, the reason I ask is because in fact, I'm getting ready to, like Rogelio, retire eventually to Mexico, and I'm thinking and buying some land. And so obviously I wanted to make sure that if I start moving myself, I can also have people here listing and, using the two MLSs, if it's possible.
Yeah, I will find out what the best way, to go about that is if that's not the option. So, but I know we did have a platform at one point in time.
There you
that
go.
was
Gloria
that,
says
that we were able to
MLS.
do.
Yeah, Gloria mentions that MLS does
Right.
currently allow an international listing.
Yeah. So, but I will see what would be the best like alternative.
And then there's a question about, do we have a
Rebecca.
sign with a Mexican brokerage of a certification or license? No, not to have the certification or license. There are brokerages that are international, so you're able to list and sell down there and then go through the procedures with them. I know, Century 21 is international. They're in Mexico. Keller Williams is in Mexico. EXP is in Mexico. And each one has a different policy or protocol to follow on that side. All right. Well, with that, if nothing else, I will get these questions answered as well, and I'll send information out. I thank you all for being here today. Thank you for accepting my slowness on the computer here today, but we'll make it better. Thanks, everybody. Have a good one.
Thank you, everyone.
Hasta pronto.
Hasta pronto.
Gracias.
Gracias.
Vamos a la playa.
Sí.
Vamos a la playa.
Vamos a la playa.
Oh.
You should have reminded me. I would have